And we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
First down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on second and long. Murray, he'll buy some time right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. Nice pass that time by the #1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year, he was at Texas A&M. Then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last year. Boy, did he make the most of it. Won the Heisman Trophy and led the Sooners to the college football playoff. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Murray now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Murray flushed to his right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That one goes for 30 yards. Shotgun now for Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Now for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Saints 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Stop right there. Hey, kill.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Ready.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Double time. 3 down.
Now Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Everybody scoot up.
Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
3 down.
Throwing now is Breeze. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
On the counter, Elliott. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. He's time to read. He's time to run.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Chandler, the intended receiver.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the turnover, here's Murray. And this one's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Check three. Wait. Check. Crunch.
Throwing now is Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals push further out in front. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
3 down. Shoot.
A first down carry by Allen. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
3 down.
They'll try to sweep with Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
I'm going to run you over. Check 99. Check 99. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, slam. Watch the slam. Motion, motion. Let it go.
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. And Kyler Murray cannot get away. They drag him down to the end zone for 2 points.
And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on, come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
Ready?
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Tonight.
Toss left to Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Kill!
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Sammy!
To throw is Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Hey, come on. It's just me and you. It's just listen. Mike 51. Okay.
Murray now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Mike 51. Hey, it's coming. Hey, let's go. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with him. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Check 37. Two kill. Shift. Joker.
10th carry now for Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Yellow lady.
He's brought down at the 31.
Big hit.
That's a gain of 3.
Now Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And the return will stop right around the 25. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, Mike 51.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Hey, watch it. Easy, opposite.
Breeze going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He was looking for Chandler that time. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point attempt to come here. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about.
Let's go.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Kill. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Now Breeze. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Chandler was the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. This week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Hayward. 53's the mark. 53. Check it. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. He's got the hat trick. 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I
there?
didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
3 down.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Here's Breeze. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Cardinals 35, Saints 16.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the 27, Murray. Finding Green complete. And all the way down to the 29.
Here we go. Here we go.
A huge play there for Arizona. 44 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Mike, 53.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. There goes a deep ball, end zone. This is caught. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 43 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. A try here for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score Cardinals 42, Saints 16.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Breeze now. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 33 yards that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
3 down, 3 down. Check it out. Hey, kill.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Yeah, the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
6 guys. Check 600.
Play action. Breeze. Going for it all. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really...
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Play to win. Let go.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 30.
Double tight. 3 down. 3 down. You're good. You're good. I 4. Ready. Twist.
On play action, it's Breeze. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Over. 3 down. Shift.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey. You got 3.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, it's Breeze. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. So give him the 1st down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Elliott. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Breeze. Dancing to his left. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jimmy Graham. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. Now Breeze. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Going to get this to his rookie. That's Andy Isabella. That one good for 26 and a first down. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. First down, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
51, Mike 51. Hey, come on now, come on now. Hustle, hustle. 51. Now what's wrong? 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Able to find Isabella. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals push further out in front. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They go to Elliott again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now Breeze on the bootleg. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. One final try here for Breeze. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. All right, let's get there.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Arizona, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
But well, what going on, Florida, y'all? What's going on with you, my boy? What pop it?
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'll be back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 mils.
What going on with your big dog, Jack? That'll work, my boy. Hey, so you know Buck gonna play that game or yet? Have you already played it?
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed it, blinding my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down the finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you're trying to go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it kill it and did it again. But the intent on down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Hey, Bob. But you still want to play that game, bro? Hey, what the score was anyway, bro? That's something you know, bro. Let's do it. Put it in there. Put it in there.
Today's sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Off the play fake, Williams. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Gun.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
31's the mic.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go.
Great.
31's the mic.
Express. I get it.
Out of the gun, Newton.
Come on, man.
That will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
No.
He said no.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Well, that thing's stupid, man. That nigga Jackson. That nigga right here, man.
On the ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines, because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate them and really say thanks, because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
On second down, it's done. Finding some room at midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. On third down, here's Williams. Shifts by him. Yeah, boy, some elusive maneuvering there, but they still get him down a couple yards short of the first. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now you get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
20. Gun. Great.
On 2nd down, Williams. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Hey! Express! Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Hey, we heavy on the express.
Right.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
65. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Devin White make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
20. It's a sack. Come on. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, let's get this. Get this.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Pick it up. 56. 56. Check 56. I'm trying to collect. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Slam, slam, slam. Express.
3rd and long, it's Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Devin White in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times. And
accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
I've been feeling that.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is in this situation.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
On first down, done. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. On second down now, it's done. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. On second down, it's done. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Okay.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. As the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Eight. You don't want it? No. Off. He's coming. Double up. Switch.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hey, 56 is the mic. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Express! Gun. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Rip left. Shoot! 49. Check 49.
From the gun, here's Newton. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
56. Mike's 56. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. 56 the Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Great. Check. 56 the Mike. 56 is the Mike. Order. You ain't got nothing. Express. Mike, 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll run on first down. Done. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Williams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And how about this? Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Go. I got him. He's mine. Go. Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Time to go. Night. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Let it go.
Williams throwing on fourth down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Get your swerve
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift. Gun.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Throwing again. Newton.
Get the fuck out of here,
And
man.
that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
But you know I need him. Why you ain't running to the house?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You know, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
He'll let it go deep for Freeman.
What?
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
What?
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Williams now off the play fake. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Short boot, taken at the 21. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
8. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. 3 buzz.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Gun. Mike 56, Mike 56. Let's go, team. Express. It's going to be a long day. Mike 56. Mike 56.
2nd and 10. Newton again. Airing it out and that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now Newton. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Strong left. Not today, you are.
Great.
Now Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, Newton to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out. The back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right. 8. Match up. Try. 8. Hot.
Newton on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
SOS.
20.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Newton to throw. He may try and run for this. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now Newton on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
31's the mic. Watch the twist.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. It's caught, Smith. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said?
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 17 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Come on, now, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Williams to throw again. He sets to fire deep. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Great.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Benjamin's got it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Sponge. Gun. Switch.
Step, Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
I'll take that.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Eight.
DJs.
Watch it, I got you. Mike, 8. Right there in the middle. 55. Come on, G. Mike 55. All day. Express.
Operating from the gun. Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Let's get off the field, D.
To throw is Newton. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
D.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half. Maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Gordon would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Williams. Throwing again. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Williams. They've got his man complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Williams operating from the gun. Complete. It's Johnson.
Let's go.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Let's go. Let's go.
And the return will be stopped.
Let's go, baby. 21-22. Now just strip the ball for me.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. 31. Hey! 31's the mic. Let's go. Shift. Watch the shift. Gun.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35.
Gun. I know he ain't got it. 30. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Throwing is Newton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now.
Kick it.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time.
Yeah,
you know those guys
I'm
watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Williams now. From the gun, he'll throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I remember Coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right 20. 56. Hey, pick your game up.
They'll run with McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
20.
From the 41, Newton.
Oh.
Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
56 is the mic. Double. Gun. Mike, 56, right there. 56. Tackle.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Here we go on 4th. Newton completes it to Samuel. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Check. Cross. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
So don't say nothing.
56. Mike, 56, right there, right there.
From the 50, Newton. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
31's the mic. Come on.
Back to throw. And Kelvin Benjamin's got it. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
20, 20. 55.
And what happened to Bart?